Okay, yeah. I mean, the EPL is a brutal league. It's easy to drop points. I'm not going to say that Man City did anything wrong. The main mistake they made in this game was they missed some easy shots. Haaland had one saved, and I think Foden missed a clear shot. In the EPL, you can't afford to miss shots because we know that every team plays very well. Newcastle played very well with their press. When the ball was in the first third of Man City, they press caused the defenders to make mistakes on several occasions. Then in the midfield, they pressed, but more importantly, in the midfield, they outnumbered City, and this is the weakness City has. Does City use two pivots at Falabi? I don't know.
No, they
They don't
played
use two
one. They
pivots,
played one.
but
Nico Gonzalez.
one. But sometimes with the way City plays, they only keep three midfielders, and Newcastle was able to overload the midfield and stop City from exploiting the center. And once City can't exploit the center, then that messes up being able to isolate their wings. So that's a big deal. And also they were able to stop City's fullbacks from also overlapping and trying to help. So they play very good press and very good man-to-man marking. So that's why they won. I mean, and also they won because they were able to do counterattacks and they made the most out of their opportunities. So Man City they can't afford to give up. They had 19 shots on goal and only scored once. They have to do better than that. What are your thoughts, Falabi?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Newcastle were very
I'm talking as
clever.
if I watched the game. Let me stop. I was at
Actually,
work.
Yeah, so
I actually watched the
you didn't watch
game.
the match?
Yeah, go ahead. I shouldn't be saying that on the show. People insult us.
Yeah,
Go ahead. Yeah.
you're spot on in the sense that Newcastle was very clever. They didn't rush to press Man City. They chose moments to press. So, and the triggers were basically when Man City were playing their risky short passing game or trying to recycle the ball with their goalkeeper, they sprung out to press the goalkeeper and force him into uncomfortable situations and then try to win the ball high up in the field. But generally, they weren't rushing to press Man City. I think their game plan was simple. Make sure the center of the field was compact and blocked. They blocked off passing lanes in the center because they know that Man City like to play short, cute one-touch passes in the center. So Man City were forced to the wings. And whenever they forced the ball to the wings, the likes of Doku were double teamed. They just
Yeah.
pushed two guys to them and they didn't give them the kind of space they needed to operate. And like you said, Man City too were profligate in the first half. Had they taken one of their good chances, it might not have been like that. When you're playing against these teams that don't have the kind of possession you have to take your chances because the more you lose your chances, the more these teams grow into the game. Newcastle became more confident in the second half that if they had a chance from the fast break, they would take advantage of it. And so it proved with Harvey Barnes'
Yeah.
opportunity. So I think Newcastle did very well. They were well drilled. They didn't get carried away. They just stuck to their game plan, defended well, blocked passing in the central areas, and then double teamed the wide players whenever they forced the ball to the flanks.
Yeah. And like you said, world class guys like Foden can't miss those types of shots. We know that this guy usually makes most of it. He's a good finisher. Haaland, but the
Haaland.
goalkeeper made an excellent save. And also, these guys, not just that, it's not just that City wasn't finishing well. These guys also had a lot of numbers in defense. They were able to, it's almost they were able to have big numbers in defense and in midfield to clog up as they would go to the block. Once the press was bypassed, they'd go into a block. So the team is very sound and they're mobile. They had a high work rate to be able to. It seemed like they were everywhere all at once. Newcastle. What are your thoughts, Mister Said? Why are you? Why I can say
Yeah, I quite agree with what Mr. Falabi said. I think Man City are not meant to be missing some of these chances while they are playing against Newcastle. I think head to head, they are always finding it very difficult to beat Newcastle. Newcastle always scores. They should know that Newcastle is definitely going to score them instead of them to just try and utilize their chances and then probably defend and win because that is how they normally do it. Because this Newcastle against big teams, they don't normally joke. As in, you can see it's more like a box to box thing. All their players are defending while they are attacking at the same time. Harvey Barnes is more like a joker in the game, like just making sure that all the goals all the chances he's utilizing them. And Erling Haaland, I don't think maybe he has scored more, all the goals he's supposed to score in this match. He scored them in his country game.
Oh yeah.
while he's back, instead of him to try and at least save some for Man City. But I think it's not Man City's day.
But they
Anyway.
need the other players need to pick up. Hey, but say I don't know if because I follow. Can't you hear that his sound sounds muffled? Yeah,
A little bit, yeah.
I think it's because you have the headphones on. I don't know, but anyway,
No.
yeah. So yeah. So that. Any other thoughts in the game, Afolabi, before we go to the next game?
Oh yeah, so like I said, Newcastle sort of played 5 in midfield. The only outlet they had in attack was Harvey Barnes, and Harvey Barnes is not even a striker, but they chose him to be a guy that was, farthest forward. The reason is that he's very athletic and he can sprint. So whenever they had a fast break, he was the major outlet. But the second striker dropped into midfield. That was Guimaraes, Livramento, and Joelinton. So they blocked off the passing lanes in the middle. And as soon as City sent the ball wide, they just, they double teamed. And it was difficult.
At the beginning of this year, we thought that Newcastle would be a top 6 team. So we have to realize it's not that they're a bad team now. It's just that they're still chaotic in the league now. So what are they placed right now in the league?
What's their standing? 14th now.
But they're better than a 14th team.
They were dangerously flirting with relegation.
Because I remember at the beginning of this year we were talking about Newcastle.
They're 14 in the table.
Yeah, but I remember at the beginning of the year we were talking about how well coached they are with their shape and their positioning, and you saw it against City. It's just that in this league now, in the English league, 14th, that'll be 5th in the Spanish league.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
But I think as games continue, they're still going to come up because they have.
They're going to come up. That's what I'm saying. This is the crazy. And also Liverpool should be 14th right now. So Liverpool is the one that's actually rubbish.
You can imagine Liverpool